Please help me to reach 500 subscribers. People say silence can hit harder than shouting. That's how I walked away. No arguments. No pleading. No last attempts to save it. Just quiet. When I discovered my wife's affair, something inside me shut down. Not explosively, not like some dramatic scene you see on screen. It was colder than that. So, permanent. A kind of pain that doesn't cry out, it just hollows you from the inside. It happened a year ago. I got home early from work on an ordinary Tuesday. Nothing felt unusual at first. The lights were low. The house felt empty in a way that made my chest tighten. Then I noticed her phone on the kitchen counter. The screen lit up with a message preview, "I can't wait to see you again." My heart dropped, but my hands didn't shake. I unlocked the phone. Everything was there. Long conversations. Pictures. Hotel confirmations. Words she once reserved only for me, now given freely to someone else. I didn't confront her immediately. I couldn't. Instead, I sat alone in the living room for hours, staring at our wedding photo hanging on the wall. We looked happy in that picture. We were happy once. Now it felt like a frozen lie smiling back at me. When she finally came home, she was humming, acting normal, like nothing had changed. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't accuse her. I simply handed her the phone and said calmly, "You left this out." The color drained from her face the moment she saw the screen. She opened her mouth to explain, but I stopped her. "You don't have to," I said. "I already know." She started crying, talking fast, saying she felt ignored, that we'd grown apart, that it wasn't supposed to happen. I listened without reacting. "I'm not angry," I told her honestly. "I'm just finished. I don't want to stay in something that no longer has meaning." That night I packed a bag. Just essentials, clothes, my laptop, my sketchbook. When she realized I wasn't threatening, that I was truly leaving, panic took over. She begged. Promised change. Her voice shook as she tried to hold my hands. I stepped back gently. "You broke something that can't be repaired," I said. Then I walked out. No shouting. No farewell. I moved across town and started again. The first months were quiet and lonely, but there was peace in that silence. I learned how to live alone, how to cook single portions, how to sleep sprawled across the bed. I threw myself into work, returned to woodworking, and spent weekends helping my brother fix up his porch. Slowly, life settled into a new rhythm. A full year passed. I heard nothing from her, until one night. It was nearly midnight when the knocking started. Soft at first, then urgent. I paused before opening the door. When I did, she was standing there. My ex-wife. Her hair was tangled. Makeup streaked down her face. Her eyes were swollen, haunted. She looked like a shadow of the woman I once loved. "Can I come in?" she asked quietly. I stepped aside without a word. She entered, clutching at tissue, shaking as if she'd been caught in a storm, though the night outside was clear. "I didn't know where else to go," she said. I leaned against the counter, watching her slowly walk through the apartment that now belonged only to me. She noticed the new furniture. The framed photos of solo hikes and empty sunsets. "It's changed," she whispered. "So have I," I replied. She broke down again. "I ruined everything," she said. I didn't rush to comfort her. I let the words sit between us. "You don't need to say that for my sake," I said. "I mean it," she insisted. He left me. Months ago. Said I was too much. Too emotional. And all I could think was, maybe this is what I deserved. She looked at me desperate. "I miss you. I miss what we had." Once that would have shattered me. Now it just echoed. "You miss the version of me who tolerated being hurt," I said softly. She winced. "That's cruel." "No," I said. "It's the truth." The room fell silent except for the ticking clock. "I thought you'd hate me," she whispered. "I did," I admitted. "For a while. But hate fades. Eventually you stop waiting for apologies and learn how to live without them." She stepped closer, stopping just short of touching me. "Do you ever think about us?" "Sometimes," I said. "But not the way you think. I remember how small I felt, and how I never want to feel that way again." Her hand hovered in the air, then fell. "I don't expect forgiveness," she said. "I just needed you to know I'm sorry." I nodded. "You should be." She collapsed into tears. And strangely, I felt nothing heavy, no rage, no longing. Just release. Closure. Seeing her not as the villain of my story, but as a broken person who made destructive choices. Eventually she calmed down. I handed her a glass of water. "You seem happy," she said quietly. "I am," I answered. "Not because I stopped caring, but because I finally started caring about myself. The silence returned, but this time it wasn't painful. It was calm. At the door she turned back. "You really moved on, didn't you?" "Yes," I said. "And I hope one day you do too." She nodded faintly. "You were the only person who ever made me feel safe." Then she left. I stood there, listening to her car disappear into the night. After a moment I closed the door, slowly, quietly, just like I had a year earlier. No noise. No anger. Just peace. Because some endings don't need to be loud to matter. They just need you to finally choose yourself. Please help me to reach 500 subscribers.